Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We have my oldest brother Corey's 2004.5 Dodge Ram 2500, and we are going to be doing some injectors and valve springs in it today, and also some other fun little billet parts on the top end. Before we get too far into the video, I want to go ahead and let you guys know that the giveaway is now live on the 79 Dodge. If you guys are new to the channel, just stopping by. It's basically a 1979 Dodge Ram Power Wagon that has been 12 valve, Cummins swapped with a manual transmission, and we are actually doing a giveaway on it. Go ahead and check out the link in the description below. It's only 25 bucks to enter, guys, so if you want to get yourself an entry, have a chance to win a beautiful, very, very nice, super rare truck, go ahead and enter below. But for now, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so Corey is actually going with a not necessarily super new company, but a fairly new company that offers a really good warranty system and pretty fair price on injectors, but it looks like a lot of people are using them, and they're actually Flux injectors.
Yeah, they're the Flux diesel 50% overs.
So
I talked to Dawn up there. I talked to April, and she talked to Dawn for me, and that's what they recommended for the air setup I have. So
because right now you're running a second gen swapped
S467, it's a fleece 10 mil. Hoping those will put me right around 700 horse.
Yeah, so this thing is
fire pack eventually.
It's gonna wake this thing up quite a bit. Currently, I think you have a Smarty tuner. So running a Smarty on it. These trucks are kind of weird when it comes to the tuning because you can't do the EFI live, so you're kind of limited in that department. But with this fuel and air setup, it should make some pretty good power, we're hoping. I'm gonna be going with the Hamilton 103 pound valve springs. So got some new Hamilton steel retainers. So basically, we're going to be right there when the injectors are out, so he figured why not go ahead and do valve springs. You know, it's kind of a toss-up whether or not you really need them, but it's just kind of peace of mind. We'll just go ahead and replace them. Cheap, easy little part you can put in there, and it'll be able to handle the higher RPM, so that way he's not floating valves. So to start with over here on the truck, guys, Corey is going to pull the intake horn off, valve cover, and pull all of the fuel lines off, and then pull the rail off. And probably get a couple other small things out of the way. Go through a little bit of detail when we get to the valve springs, how to change those, and then we'll go through a little bit of detail of how to change how to torque the injectors, because that is pretty crucial to get a good seal in these common rail systems. So the top end is all tore down, and we're about to start the valve springs. And I want to just throw this in real quick. So how we're going to do this is Corey has like a really long, I don't even know what that's used.
Harbor Freight.
Okay, it's a Phillips screwdriver. So what we're going to do, 1 and 6 run parallel with each other. So whenever we do the valve springs on cylinder 1, we'll be able to do 6. Whenever we do 2, we can do 5. And then whenever we do 3, we can do 4. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to get down there and turn the engine over, and we want this piston at its absolute highest top dead center, and he's going to watch the, we should honestly put like a paint mark on it so you can see a certain spot better. and he's gonna watch it, and whenever it comes up and it just barely starts to go back, then we'll just back it a little bit to where it's at its highest top dead center, and then we will be able to do the valve springs on cylinder 1 and cylinder 6, and then same goes for 2. We'll do the same thing for 2, 5, and then we'll do 3 and 4. So that's how we're gonna do this, guys. Guys, we just got 1 and 6 done. 6 was super easy, went right in. Not at all. I had to fight with it for probably, oh my gosh, dude. I have black shit all over. I have stuff all over my face. You didn't even tell me about that. All over my face. Anyways, I'm gonna have to go wash my face. But number 6 is a pain, guys. Like, I even had to go as far as taking my phone, and I've done a couple sets of these in the truck, but it's been a minute. It's been probably over a year since I've done a set. Like, I go as far as taking a video on my phone and then lining everything up, because it's so hard to get the keepers back in once you have them out. So basically, I'll give you guys a quick run through basically what we're doing. So we're doing 2 and 5 right now. So Corey's got the tool on there, and we will go through and tighten this up, and it will, what do you want, electric ratchet?
Yeah.
It's right here. Hold it, keep holding his hand to center it. Centered good?
Mm-hmm.
There it goes. Here the pops, guys. That's,
The retainers popping off of the keepers.
you see he's pulling these little retainers out. It can be tricky to get them out. It's even harder to get them back in. Now that all the retainers are off, now he's also wearing the LED face-mounted light bar. And so now he'll take the ratchet and loosen this back up. And then they're all loose. And then you can literally just pull the valve springs out. And grab a retainer and some new springs and just basically set these guys back up in here. In this part, guys, you gotta make sure you line all of these valves up with the valve spring compressor, because for a little bit there, you're gonna basically just be pushing down and you're counting on all 4 of those valves to line back up in these slots. It's not very hard to do, but this one I like to do by hand. This part of it I like to do by hand. Corey probably doesn't really care. He'll probably use electric ratchet, but. And guys, I will say, the longer that you do this kind of work and stuff, you realize that your teachers were probably right, in construction, accounting, stuff like that. Probably wouldn't have been a bad gig to get into. So now he will have to reverse the process and put the keepers back in. Injectors stuck in the truck, valve springs are all done. So now we're going through the injector torquing procedure. So to start with, guys, we have the flow tubes and the injectors basically loosely installed in the head. And what Corey's gonna do is he's gonna go in and tighten these up and snug them, and then he's gonna back them off, which we'll show you here in a second. He's gonna back them off so that way there's no pressure on them. And they're hand tight. And then he's gonna grab his other torque wrench and he's gonna torque the flow tube to 11 foot-pounds. So I already adjusted, I'll have to adjust it back down. Okay, so you can see there, he's gonna get on the flow tube and click her off to 11 foot-pounds. There we are, 11 pounds. And then he will grab his other torque wrench. I'm gonna click the injector hold downs to 89 inch-pounds. And then he will finish the flow tube at 37 foot-pounds. And there we have it, 37 foot-pounds. And that is how you properly seat a common rail injector. This is applicable from 2003 to 2000 and probably still present till today. How you will set the injectors in a common rail Cummins engine. So now we'll go through and do all the other ones and we'll be good. I just wanted to throw that in the video, guys, so you could see how to do that. I feel like it'd be some really useful information for some of you guys. Do you want to maybe bump the engine over?
Yeah, I'm
let the air dog prime up for a little bit. So valve springs, new injectors are installed, and we're about to do a fire up with the valve cover off just to verify we don't have any high pressure fuel leaks. Run the air dog for a little bit. I'll probably just go for it, man. Give her a crank. See what happens. Good. Sounds healthy. We are taking the truck for the first drive. Can you tell it runs any different?
It does seem like it comes up on this a little better. More responsively.
It smokes. It rolls coal. It's a coal roller, dude. That really was the main purpose behind putting the injectors in.
It's the only thing I wanted it to do.
Blow black smoke. What was that, half throttle? It definitely has some more power if that was on a half throttle.
Yeah.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Guys, I was just informed the Smarty is only on level 1. What are we doing right now? But no, Corey, we gotta stop peer pressuring Corey. He really doesn't want to break his truck. And with the setup it has, it could potentially break transmission parts. It's a built input, but stock size. So he's trying to keep it alive, and he's never done a head gasket on the truck. He doesn't want to break it right this second, but so we're not gonna peer pressure him anymore. I promise. Unless you want to just like tune it and then just do one pull back home. But
wait until I get ready to change that and do another video.
yeah. And I mean, you do plan on taking this over to Fire Punk, right, to put on the dyno. So I mean, that'll be a good video. I'll probably go with you to do that. So
probably be in the spring or whenever they can get it in there.
Whenever, yeah, right. They're pretty.
I'll try to set it up now. I was waiting until I got this installed before I called them.
Right. Yeah, they're pretty busy right now. They have a lot of tuning. I mean, every day I think someone's in there on the dyno. So, all right, guys. We're now in Bailey's early 04, and because Corey wouldn't do anything spicy for the channel, Bailey said he would. Plugged in the Atari, and we're putting the GoldenEye tune in. We're about to just send her to the moon, eh? Pretty much. How are things going?
Well, we're going to be looking at this tranny rebuild.
Yeah, that's
as usual.
As usual. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up the end of the video installing the injectors and valve springs in Corey's truck. The video's over. Be sure to click that link below. Get entered to win the 79 Power Wagon. It's gonna be a really nice truck for when you guys win. You can win it for as little as $25. So be sure to get entered. But without further ado, we'll see you guys on the next one. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. See you guys later.